most people quit in adversity. It's like being in a storm, like an airplane going through it or a ship going through it. And you need a captain that's going to guide everyone through that storm. The main thing is not to give up. You fail because you give up.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have Mizzari, who is the president and founder of Mizzari Developments, a leading developer in Canadian luxury residential marketplace. So Sam, tell us, what are the 5 steps to make your first million?
I think one of them is to believe in yourself and to actually take the risk that a lot of people don't take. I think the difference between making your first million and not is actually executing on the vision or on the idea that you have. A lot of people have the idea or the vision that they want to do something, but they actually don't execute it. And they actually don't go and take the risk that a lot of people should in order to reach their first million. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I think it has to do with, secondly, being around people that may not believe in your ideas or support your ideas. So you want to surround yourself with people that support your idea and that celebrate you and celebrate and give support to it. A lot of times, I think a third option is a reasoning for it is to achieve your first million is that you need to guard that idea between 0 and a million. Oftentimes when you share that idea before you even start it, a lot of people will put that idea down or tell you all the problems with it. So you actually never even go execute it because you're so fearful of doubt of doing it because you've heard all of these negative reasons why your idea doesn't work. So I think guarding, if you really have a great idea, you need to guard it and give it time to nurture and mature. And that's another key factor. And the fifth one for me is you got to do it better than everybody else. So whatever you're going to do it differently and do it better than anybody else. Whether it's something that is old tech or new tech, the process that you're going to do or the business that you're going to do, just ensure that you're going to be doing it differently. And that differently is something that's not being offered or done today. That's another key aspect, or to do it better. And the number one thing in that is customer service. If whatever you're doing, you're going to be in business for as long as customers want you to be. And the key to that is to do the business in a better way that supports the customers and the customers support you because you are the better option. So that's the fifth one in order to hit the 0 to a million, especially in startups.
And then what would be the next step then? Step number 2?
So as I said, one of them is to take the risk to actually execute. A lot of people actually don't execute. So they'll come up with the idea, but then they won't actually implement it. Reality is, I would say, 80% imagination, 75 to 80% imagination, and 20% to actually execute it and actually put it into life and do it. And a lot of people don't actually execute on those visions. So you have to, if you're going to do it, you got to actually fulfill and go forward with that idea. That's number 2. And
the next one.
And the next one is guard what you're going to do. So a lot of times before you start, you share your idea with a lot of people, and a lot of people give you negative reasons as to why your idea won't work. So you have to give your business and your idea from 0 to a million, in some ways, guard it from the negativity of others, because it's very infectious and it'll actually stop you from doing it because it fills you with negativity. You want to surround yourself, this is my next one, with those that celebrate you and inspire you and support your ideas, not those that are going to be putting negativity into your vision and ideas, especially from 0.
And what would be the next step then?
To do it better than everyone else. And to execute that vision and execute that business plan and provide a service to the customer that's better than what's out there today. And you have to think about what that is and what value you're providing that's currently not being provided to the marketplace. Whatever it is, even if it's a simple thing like even gardening, how am I going to do that better than what's being provided? And oftentimes you'll find that comes down to a very simple thing, customer service, providing a better customer service experience.
Very good. Okay, so and then some tell us why property? Why you decide property to be a vehicle for you to start and grow your business?
For me, the properties were something that I can express my art. So for me, my business is sort of my art, and you can express your art in many different ways. You can do it through painting, you can do it through music, you can do it through clothing, you can do it through eyeglass manufacturing, you can do it through gardening, you can do it so many ways. And for me, property and development allowed me the canvas to express my art on how I want to express it, the type of buildings we want to build, the type of homes we want to build, the type of developments we want to build. And it something that was always resonated for me from the time that I was very young, because they're structures that stand the test of time. And I wanted to do something where with property, people use it and live in it and can enjoy it for decades to come, not just moments, but for decades to come, and to engineer buildings that had not been engineered before, create
Wow.
structures that nobody had really done before, and
Yeah.
so those were very unique for me.
So I'm asking you this question because in this podcast, on a stop of 5 steps how to make your first million, 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 6 entrepreneurs that come to the broadcast, they're doing property, and so here, even like I shared with you, my first business was in property. We managed to sell over 5 million. So we definitely want to encourage all our listeners, if they want to start a business and they want to make a million. We believe that property is one of the best vehicles in the planet to achieve that, in comparison with other with other strategies. However, we want them also to be aware that that when you get it wrong in property, it is you can lose a lot of money. Yeah, and we want to be frank. And being an entrepreneur is developing a skill. The more you practice, the better you become. So it doesn't matter, in my opinion. Somehow, when you started the property business, you can be lucky, but don't trust your luck, because somehow it's part of developing this skill that something's gonna go wrong, and you're gonna take a big hit, and you have to overcome that hit. And this is, I think, almost impossible. That don't happen to any property entrepreneur. Is part of the growth. So Sam, how you overcome challenges, especially in the space that you are, which is development. When something goes wrong, wow, is hard, because it's your money plus the money of other people. So how you handle adversity?
You mean adversity? I think comes with any time you're going to do anything great. You're going to encounter adversity. The bigger the challenges and the bigger you grow your business, the adversities will come with it proportionally. It's part of the plan. It's part of the universe.
Part of the process. There's no way we can escape from that one, right?
Every person that has achieved any level of greatness has encountered challenges and issues along the way. There isn't anybody that I know that has not, and they're proportionate to the challenge. So you're going to hit adversity. You're going to encounter it. Everything's, not everything's going to go perfect all the time. And especially in property development, you're going to hit cycles. There's unforeseen. I mean, look at just what happened a few years ago with COVID. Nobody would have predicted that we would have had a global pandemic and have a shutdown, and have a global shutdown, which affected supply chains and many different businesses as well. I think when you hit those adversities, your role as a leader or as a captain is to guide everyone and take everybody through that adversity and bring them out the other side successfully. Most people quit in adversity. Most people fail in adversity because they just give up. And the stress and the pressure overwhelms their passion to continue to push forward. It's like being in a storm and a weather, like an airplane going through it or a ship going through it. And you need a captain that's going to guide everyone through that storm and bring them out the other side, or bring them above the clouds and get into sunny areas. And that takes a lot of passion. It takes a lot of persistence. It takes a lot of vision, and it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of belief. and hope that you're not, you believe in yourself and you believe in the idea that you have, you believe in the business plan you have, you believe in the model you have to pivot at times and pivot your business model depending on what's going on in the environment that gave you those challenges. But the main thing is not to give up. You fail because you give up. As long as you don't give up and you keep pushing through, you will hit the next wave and the next break, the next second chance, I call it, that's going to give you the lift to get through it. And you just have to fight long enough and be persistent long enough to get through the challenge, because you're going to hit a much better day, and those challenges will then be in the rear view mirror for you. But you gotta spend the time to do that.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.